I would say for sure.
Yeah.
This is just the most consistent I've ever been as far as running up front. At SHR, there was flashes of it here and there, but never at the consistency of what it is now. So yeah, definitely I would say Cup-wise, this is by far better than that 1 year. It's kind of emerged me as being, I guess, one of the contenders.
And just, how did it all start for you in, a place like Mitchell, Indiana isn't necessarily,
Yeah.
I mean, we think of Tony Stewart from Indiana,
Yeah.
but we don't think of Mitchell as being a racing hotbed.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Southern Indiana kind of has a few race car drivers, right? But yeah, honestly, Mitchell, for 4,000 people, there's a lot there. We have astronauts from Orange County, and the sprint car wise, there's a ton. I mean, late model wise, you had John Gill, and sprint car wise, you had Dick Gaines and Diz Wilson that are both in the Sprint Car Hall of Fame. So there is a huge just racing history in Mitchell. But yeah, it's crazy, a town of 4,000 people, to have as many, racing Hall of Famers, I guess, than, an astronaut as well as we want.
But you got to feel like the team you're on, you have all the pieces to legitimately win the Cup championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see it time and time again, or year after year at least, where, Joe Gibbs racing cars are in the Final Four. So certainly all the parts and pieces are there. I've felt that, even this year, just as the year's gone on, I felt more and more like a guy that can go to the, the Final Four. So, yeah, all the pieces are there. It's just a matter of putting them all together.
Would you if you won the Sprint Cup, if you won the Cup Series championship, would you take the trophy into Assembly Hall before game?
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm more of a Hinkle Fieldhouse guy. But yeah, either one would be cool.
Thank you.
Chase, it appears that the Toyota teams are the ones to beat right now. How difficult is it to navigate your teammates and the other cars on the track while fighting for this championship?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard in a sense, but at the same time, I feel like it's more hard in the regular season. And when it's playoff time, everybody kind of just knows that we're all going for it. There's a lot on the line, right? We're in the regular season, I feel like we're all maybe just tiptoeing around a little bit more, and maybe it's more of a talking point in the playoffs because we are racing each other so hard. I mean, like you said, the Toyotas are kind of the cars to beat right now, and we know that amongst ourselves, like, we need to try to do everything we can to get points. So, yeah, last week was obviously unfortunate how none of us won. I mean, green, white, checkered, we were running first through fifth, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just part of it. When you're going to be running up front, especially in green, white, checkers, things are going to happen, and we saw that last week.
You've advanced in the playoffs here, but you've also been eliminated from the playoffs here. Just what does that do for just your overall confidence entering the weekend?
Yeah, I've never ever been above the cut line going into this, which is a little bit unique. This race I feel like is the hardest race to be, whether you're 20 below or 20 above. It's just at some point you're going to recycle in the middle part of the field where all the chaos happens. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely have confidence knowing that I can get it done here, but there is that nervousness, I guess, because I have been that guy that's knocked out somebody that was 20 plus points above. So I know that anything can happen this weekend. Just got to go and do our job, and today is a huge part of that. Today is really going to dictate how the race tomorrow goes from a strategy standpoint. So yeah, I need to do our job today.
With that said, for the playoff guys, is this qualifying session the most important of the season, given that track position really does decide whether or not stage points are in play, or if you
I think I wouldn't say for all the playoff guys, but certainly, myself, Logano, Ross, even Tyler and Bubba, like all those guys, it is by far the most important, I think, of our playoffs and even our season so far. So, yeah, it's just it's going to be an important one. Hopefully we can do our job right and see how it all stacks up.
How do you deal with the pressure, with the point situation, and just knowing how much it can fluctuate with a race that's so unpredictable as this one?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I haven't really felt the pressure, truthfully. I mean, it's just a race at the end of the day, and things are going to happen out of my control. All I can do is kind of just do what I can do the best of my ability, and if it's enough at the end of tomorrow, it'll be enough, and if not, then it won't be. But I don't know. There's way more important things in life to me than, obviously I want to win the championship, right? But at the end of the day, in the big scheme of things, it's not the most important thing going on. So yeah, I don't know. I think for me, just I've been in high pressure situations kind of my whole career trying to get opportunities, and it doesn't really feel any different. Like, it's just another race weekend and go there and try to do what we can do.
And then off topic a little bit, but you've been compared to Ryan Newman quite a bit this season with just the success of the pole positions. What are your thoughts on those comparisons and just the success you've had in qualifying this year too?
Yeah, it's been cool. I mean, I remember as a kid, obviously, watching Newman qualify up front all the time, and a fellow Hoosier too, which is neat. So yeah, it's cool. After we when we have qualified on the pole, I see a lot of fans like, posting Rocket Man, or they're posting like the picture of Newman doing the pole award, and they're like Photoshop my face on it, which is pretty funny. So yeah, it's cool. I mean, anytime you're getting talked about, especially for doing something or winning something, it's neat. So yeah, he's a good one to be compared to in qualifying for sure. Yeah.
Where do you want to be on the final restart? We've seen all these races kind of come down to the late race caution. Where do you want to be lined up when it comes down to like a 2-to-go restart?
Well, hopefully there's no green-white checker, because that's when all the chaos happens. But I mean, honestly, in the front, I think it's so much easier to be leading the race or in the first 2 or 3 rows. If I'm doing that, then more than likely I'm going to be in a good enough points position either way. And I don't know, it's just hard when you're deep in the stuff. There's a lot of desperation back there, and half the time you can be missing a wreck and you have to go the long way around, and you end up losing 6 or 7 spots that you probably wouldn't have lost anyway. So yeah, I would much rather just be towards the front. I mean, obviously chaos can happen there as well, but I just feel like you can control your own destiny a little bit more up there.
Fellas, how's it going?
Doing well. At the moment, it looks like the Toyota teams are the ones to beat. How do you race your fellow teammates on the track and not kind of end up what happened last weekend at Kansas?
I'm taking any advice. Anyone got any advice? It has not been good. Last 2 weeks have not been good.
Bubba said that I guess they gave you an apology. That doesn't change what happened, so I don't know if that matters or how do you look at what it meant to get that.
I appreciate it that he acknowledged it for sure. It is what it is.
But your apologies matter.
Yeah, certainly, absolutely. I'm a big believer in apologies, and the actions afterwards matter equally as much, but apologies absolutely do matter.
If roles were reversed and you were in the 23s spot last week racing yourself, what would have happened differently with 2 to go there?
I mean, it's so hard to say, it's all just, I have no idea. I would have liked to have at least stayed, not that he lets me stay side by side, but, at least get both of us to the start-finish line, and clearly taking one driver out of it, the whole accumulation of the Toyota group epically failed at Kansas. So, line 5 of them up in a row, coming to a green-white checkered, and none of them win. It's not very well executed.
My Place Hotels is proud to be the official hotel partner of Frontstretch. With plush beds, in-room kitchens, and pet-friendly hotels, My Place makes for the perfect pit stop when traveling. Frontstretch fans can use promo code Frontstretch to save 10% on your stay at any of our nationwide properties. Sign up for our Stay Rewarded program to get even more savings. With My Place Hotels, don't just stay, stay rewarded.
I'm Caleb Barnes with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.